Thank you.
Hi, Stephen.
Hi.
So you've been here quite a while for 2 seasons now, which is pretty much 2 years. So that pretty much makes you an honorary Vancouverite.
Yes, it does.
I'm just wondering, so since Vancouver, we're also known for rain. Do you ever get, or also Vancouver kind of syndrome, rain syndrome?
Oh, you know what? I don't mind the rain because it's awful to film in, but really bad weather looks really good on screen. And so, we'll have shots where, they'll light it so that sometimes you can't tell that it's raining, and then sometimes they'll light it so that it looks like a torrential downpour. And no, I've become very comfortable and found a really nice home in Vancouver. It's, my family, we go to Whistler, sometimes on the weekends in the summer. We are going to go explore in Kelowna this year, I think. I mean, we've become big fans of British Columbia, and I'm Canadian, but I had never actually set foot in Vancouver, save for like one weekend before it actually came up and started shooting here. So it's been a really neat experience.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Stephen.
Hi.
You guys are on an 8-day shooting schedule, right?
Yes.
Do you shoot the flashbacks as part of those 8 days, or do you front load your whole season?
You mean, do I grow that terrible hair at the beginning of the season?
I'm assuming it's a wig.
No. The flashbacks happen. As we shoot the episodes. I actually had a couple of days this year where I started the day as Island Oliver. I got the wig off and whatever off. I went into present day Oliver, and then I actually had to change into the aero suit and shoot scenes. So it keeps me focused and attentive to what's going on in the story.
Yeah, it's intense. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Stephen.
Hi.
Since you mentioned earlier on that you started looking into the DC universe, I was all excited by having Tara Strong's little cameo recently. Has there been any characters in the universe that you've been hoping to have little cameos added into the show?
I didn't know a great deal about Harley Quinn until Harley Quinn, or some iteration thereof, was on the show, and the internet exploded. And I know that was a really exciting moment for the producers of the show, who are big fans of not only DC, but particularly the Batman universe. And I think having Harley Quinn on the show, and it was Harley Quinn, was awesome. I hope to see her again. It's working with DC has been great, because when they're kind of like the parents and you're kind of like the new kid that just got his license. And in the first season, they're like, yeah, we'll let you take the car out, but we're coming with you and you can only go around the block. And in the second season, it's been more like, here are the car keys, don't stay out too late, don't dent it or do anything. And I feel like we've taken care of the car so far. To take that analogy forward, maybe they will buy us our own car soon. But it's been great. Any time that we can bring in the DC universe and make the show richer that way, it serves everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Stephen.
Hi.
Before I give my question, I just want to say this: how important this show is to me and my brother. This has been like our bonding show, so it means so much to me to have you here.
Okay.
And he's sadly unable to be here.
Well, tell him I say hi.
I just wanted to ask, what was it like working with John Barrowman, aka Jack Harkness from Doctor Who?
It's very cold and very wet. That was our biggest scene together. I was freezing and he was dumping water on me and I was chained up. It's been great. Having John on the show, and it got announced recently. He's coming back towards the latter part of our season. Has been great because he was so generous to me and so giving, and I was able to go to him for advice when we were shooting the episode where he's revealed as the Dark Archer. We shot all night in this warehouse, and the setups were very particular, so we had a lot of downtime, and I just got to bounce a ton of questions off him, and he was so generous and funny and thoughtful with his responses. It's been a huge help for me, so having him on the show. I just hope I get to work with him more. We haven't done enough stuff together, so it's been great though.
Thank you.
Thank
Also,
you.
really quickly, I just wanted to ask, I'm actually going to Victoria later this afternoon, so I'm going to miss your photo op. Would I be able to get a hug with you or something?
So at the end of the panel, you come up, I'll give you a hug.
Yes, thank you so much.
We don't want hugs.
Nope, nobody else.
It's a one-time. It's a
Nobody
one-time
else gets
thing.
to ask for that.
It's a one-time thing. There's only so many hours in the day.
Hi, Steven.
Hey.
My friends and I often play a drinking game while we're watching Arrow. The rules include...
I can't publicly endorse this, you understand, right? Okay.
The rules including whenever you take your shirt off. Someone says 5 years ago. Season 1, whenever you killed a dude.
Right.
But my question was, do you have any suggestions for new rules we can add to our drinking game?
Remember, you're not endorsing this.
My first question for you is, based on that criteria,
Very drunk.
how are you still alive? I'll tell you what, somebody posted I actually put it on my Facebook page, someone wrote out an Arrow drinking game, okay? Somebody find it, please post it, and I'll repost it for ideas that I'm not actually endorsing, but I think that that's really fun. And anytime, being serious, as someone that has been known to enjoy an adult beverage or two myself, and anytime people watch the show and there's some sort of community involved, it really means a lot. Whether it's friends creating a game, or it's mothers and daughters, fathers and sons, families, whatever. That's one of the coolest things to hear. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't drive.
Hello.
Hi.
I was curious because we've had a really great supporting cast on the show, and I've been noticing recently that Felicity has been getting into more and more trouble as the episodes go along, and I'm curious to know if there's going to be any more sort of big scenes where she gets into a lot of trouble.
What was your name?
Emily.
Emily, I can't answer that question. I know that, Felicity has been. I know that the writers wanted to really explore Felicity's backstory this year. We got a little bit of a taste of it in, I believe it was our 13th episode. And I know that the idea is to do more of that and to flesh out more of that character. But yeah, if it's been a couple of episodes since Felicity got herself into trouble, you can bet pretty soon that Felicity will get herself into trouble.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hey.
As a fellow archer, I really like trick arrows, and Green Arrow, or the Arrow, has a lot of trick arrows. And can we look forward to seeing any other of his trick arrows?
Like the boxing glove arrow?
Yes, yeah, like that. Can you not answer that?
No, that I can't answer. I mean, Andrew Kreisberg, who's one of our executive producers, is a massive, he's a massive fan of the show and fan of Green Arrow. Wrote Green Arrow comic books before there was a Green Arrow television show, and he always wants that stuff. Like in our 5th episode, I made a joke about Katie being in fishnets. And I've never seen somebody so happy in their entire life as when he heard that dialogue delivered for the first time in the table read. He literally pumped his fist. So all of the iconic elements of the Green Arrow character, and yes, I would include the boxing glove arrow in that iconography, I would imagine at one point or another they will be on our show.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Captain?
Captain America.
Don't let the suit fool you. The best comic book show is on Wednesday nights.
Thank you.
Zack Snyder, Christopher Nolan, Ben Affleck, they know you're going to be in Justice League, right?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I know that I talked about this well before. When we got permission to bring Barry Allen onto the show, we had to get permission at Warner Brothers, through Warner Brothers in DC, all the way to Chris Nolan, who's he's the godfather of the feature side of DC entertainment. So I would love to be a part of the DC universe across television into film, but I don't want it to seem like that would justify the show. I want the Arrow show to stand on its own, and then from there forward, whatever happens, happens. But that'd be pretty cool.
You should all write DC right now. Tell them.
Stuff like that matters. Thank you.
It does.
See you on the big screen.
Thanks, man.
Hello, Steven.
Robin?
I was just wondering, what is the weirdest thing you've been asked to sign?
The day's still young.
I met a guy yesterday. His name was it Connor? Is he here? May not have been Connor. He got the dragon tattoo on his shoulder, on his back left shoulder, the tattoo that I have that Shadow has as well. And there he is. How you doing, man? What was your name? Brian. Ryan. That was awesome and weird, but awesome. But that suggests that weird is actually a bad thing. I like weird. Weird is my ballpark. So, but that's the fact that he got that tattoo is pretty cool. I haven't signed it yet. Later. Oh boy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
You're my favorite. This is like my favorite TV show. So I was just wondering, what do you prefer, compound or recurve?
The compound is cooler in so much as when you pull the compound back, it basically settles there. So if I'm interrogating somebody in a scene and having to hold it back, my arms don't start shaking by the fourth take. The compound is also meaner for fighting, like punching people in the face. But the recurve was cooler for doing superfluous, unnecessary tricks. Like twirling it around my hand or something like that. I missed the recurve. The recurve was more fun. The compound is meaner.
I also shoot compound. So.
Which one do you like better?
Compound.
Nice.
Hi.
Hey.
What? Was there anything that okay.
I'm really nervous up here too.
Yeah, I can imagine you. What made you want to become an actor?
That's a good question. I was in Toronto in 2009, and I had been acting for 4 or 5 years with sort of intermittent success. I met a couple of Rent-A-Gully fans here too, which was fun. There you go. All right, they're both here. Anyway, I had sort of middling success. And then I got out of a very long-term relationship and decided that I was going to take stock of the things in my life that were really important to me. And the list basically boiled down to family, friends, and acting. Really love acting. And shortly thereafter, I moved to Los Angeles. I got to Los Angeles February 1st, 2010, and I got cast as Oliver Queen February 1st, 2012. So that was it. That was the moment.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. First, I want to say that you do a really good job on Arrow. It really fills the void for the disappointment of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Does anyone agree? No? I guess I'm wrong.
No comment.
How do you feel about answering some very tough questions?
I'm not sure yet.
It's not what anyone thinks it is.
Okay.
I promise you. Okay. Out of the 3 clicks, do you see yourself as a brony, a twihard, or a believer?
Oh my god!
What's a brony?
It is something.